Crafting athletic shoes typically involves a multi-step process that includes design, pattern making, material selection, cutting, stitching, and finishing. Here is a brief overview of the process. Design. The first step is to create a design concept, including the shape and features of the shoe. Pattern making. Based on the design, a pattern is created that will be used to cut the material. Material selection. Choose materials for the upper, sole, and other parts of the shoe. Cutting. Using the patterns, the materials are cut and prepared for assembly. Stitching. The cut pieces are stitched together to form the upper, which is then attached to the sole. Finishing. The shoe is finished with details like branding, laces, and any final touches to the design. Crafting a single pair of athletic shoes by hand can be a time-consuming and complex task. How to make a pattern for men's shoes. Making a pattern for men's shoes involves several steps, including measuring the foot, creating a last, drafting the pattern, and making a sample. Here's a brief overview of the process. Measuring the foot. The first step is to measure the foot and create a record of the foot's shape and size. This is used to create the last, which is a form used to model the shoe. Creating a last. A last is created based on the foot measurements and can be made from wood, plastic, or any other material that holds its shape. Drafting the pattern. Using the last, the pattern is drafted on paper or using computer-aided design (CAD) software. The pattern includes all the pieces needed to construct the upper and sole of the shoe. Making a sample. The final step is to make a sample shoe using the drafted pattern and the last. This allows the designer to make any necessary adjustments to the pattern before mass producing the shoes. It is important to note that making a pattern for a men's shoe is a technical and precise process that requires a good understanding of shoe construction and anatomy. A professional pattern maker or shoe designer may be necessary to ensure accurate results. How to make a men's shoe design concept. Making a men's shoe design concept involves several steps, including research, sketching, and prototyping. Here's a brief overview of the process. Research. Start by researching current fashion trends, consumer preferences, and what's already available in the market. Look at different styles, materials, and features of existing shoes to get a better understanding of what's popular and what's not. Sketching. Using the information gathered from your research, start sketching your design concepts. You can use pencil and paper, or a digital sketching tool. Experiment with different shapes, materials, and features until you have a clear idea of what your design will look like. Refining the concept. Refine your sketches to create a final design concept. Consider things like comfort, durability, and aesthetic appeal. This is also a good time to consider any potential manufacturing limitations or cost constraints. Prototyping. Create a prototype of your shoe design. This can be a physical model made from cardboard, foam, or other materials, or a 3D model created using computer-aided design (CAD) software. It is important to keep in mind that the design process is an iterative one and may involve several revisions before arriving at a final concept. Material selection for men's shoes involves considering factors such as durability, comfort, style, cost, and manufacturing feasibility. Here's a brief overview of the process. For example, running shoes need to be lightweight and breathable, while work shoes need to be durable and slip-resistant. Durability. Choose materials that are durable and can withstand the intended use and environment. For example, leather is a durable material commonly used for dress shoes, while synthetic materials like polyester and nylon are often used for athletic shoes. Comfort. Consider materials that are comfortable to wear and provide support. Foam, gel, and other materials can be used to create cushioned insoles, while mesh and breathable fabrics can help keep feet cool. Style. Consider the style and look of the shoe. Different materials can create different textures and colors, which can be used to create a specific aesthetic. Cost. Consider the cost of materials and choose materials that fit within your budget. Some materials, like leather, can be expensive, while others, like synthetic materials, are more affordable. Manufacturing feasibility. Consider the feasibility of manufacturing the shoe using the chosen materials. Some materials may be more difficult to work with or require specialized equipment, which can impact cost and production time. It is important to keep in mind that material selection is an important part of the design process and can impact the overall quality and success of the shoe. A professional shoe designer or product developer may be necessary to help make informed decisions about materials. How to cut for assembly for the shoe. Cutting for assembly and shoe making involves cutting the materials needed to construct the shoe into the proper shape and size. This is a crucial step in the shoe making process, as the accuracy of the cuts will directly impact the fit and quality of the finished product. Here's a brief overview of the process. Pattern. Use a shoe pattern to guide the cutting of the materials. The pattern should be accurate and properly scaled to ensure a good fit. Material. Choose the right type of cutting tools and blades for the materials you are using. For example, a rotary cutter may be used for cutting fabric, while a sharp knife may be used for cutting leather. Layout. Lay out the materials on a cutting table and arrange them in a way that minimizes waste and maximizes the use of the materials. Consider the grain direction, stretch properties, and other characteristics of the materials when laying out the pattern pieces. Cutting. Cut the materials along the lines indicated by the pattern. Be careful to cut straight and accurately, as even small deviations can impact the fit and quality of the finished shoe. Quality control. Inspect the cuts to ensure they are accurate and free of any defects. If necessary, make any necessary adjustments to the cuts before proceeding with the assembly. It is important to keep in mind that cutting for assembly is a skilled and precise process that requires experience and attention to detail. A professional shoe maker or cutting specialist may be necessary to ensure accurate and efficient cuts. How to make stitching for the shoe. Ensure that it is straight, secure, and free of any knots or defects. If necessary, make any necessary adjustments to the stitching before proceeding with the assembly. 1. Finishing. Finish the stitching by tying off the end of the thread, trimming any excess, and knotting the end. 1. Repeat the process for each section of the shoe that needs to be stitched. It is important to keep in mind that stitching is a skilled process that requires experience and attention to detail. A professional shoemaker or stitching specialist may be necessary to ensure accurate and efficient stitching. The type of stitch used, such as a straight stitch, zigzag stitch, or lock stitch, can impact the strength and durability of the finished shoe, so it is important to choose the right stitch for the intended use and design of the shoe. How to make final touches of designing the shoe. Final touches refer to the finishing steps in the shoe design process that bring the shoe to its final form. Here's a brief overview of the process. Assembly. Assemble all of the different parts of the shoe, including the upper, lining, sole, and any other components, using stitching, glue, or other fastening methods. Finishing. Apply any finishing treatments or coatings to the shoe, such as dye, polish, or water repellent spray, to enhance its appearance and protect it from wear and tear. Trimming. Trim any excess materials or threads from the shoe and tidy up any rough edges or seams. Testing. Test the shoe for fit, comfort, and function. Walk or run in the shoe, and make any necessary adjustments to ensure a good fit. Packaging. Package the shoe for storage or sale, using boxes, bags, or other protective materials to keep the shoe in good condition. Marketing. Promote the shoe to potential customers, using advertising, social media, or other marketing techniques to showcase its features and benefits. The final touches in shoe design require a keen eye for detail, as even small flaws or imperfections can impact the appearance and function of the finished shoe.